Hello everyone, and I'm back with a review on the NECA Ultimate Freddy vs. Jason. So here he is. Now let's go over the box. As you see right here, the box. You got the front side to the front of the poster of, well, theatrical poster of Freddy vs. Jason, mainly Jason's side. The top being, well, Jason himself. The bottom being, well, it's all dusty. You get the side profile of Jason, which I think is most likely featured in a lot of, Friday the 13th merchandise, and the back of the figure. We get the brief summary of Freddy vs. Jason, and we get the fiery images of this figure, and the background is Jason and Freddy duking it out. On the front, we get where the figure used to be, and by the way, I was so impatient of waiting to open this guy, and the side and the promotional image. So, Jason himself. Now, the painting and the sculpting on this figure is really good. Now, moving on to his mask. His mask is really old and dingy. Some hints of aged weatheredness in this mask. You also get to see the long strand of hair. It kind of looks like Part 8 in some way for me, because of how the chevrons look. But, it's just me. It's probably one of my favorite masks besides Part 7. You get the back, which looks really good. We get his strap, which, yes, I glued the strap. It was about to break. And we then get his arms nicely worn down and teared apart. You can see the tears on the shoulder and on his arms where the cuffs are teared. You get the side of his arm, which is teared as well. And then we get his hand, which is, you get his other forearm, which is also, you see, torn to shreds. You get his body, which is, you can see, there's a pocket here that's ripped and it's tearing apart. You also get the back side of the figure, which looks like he has some bullet holes. We also get to see the torn down body of the figure. We even get to see some tears on it. We even get to see he has a stab wound there. Now, you can also see closely, he also has a blue shirt there, which is weird, because I don't think he had one in the movie. Maybe in the dream sequence. And then we get his legs, which are torn, slightly torn, and wrinkled and stuff. We get his big, massive shoes, which are basically inspired by Frankenstein, and I think it looks pretty good. Moving on to his accessories, we get his scratched up hockey mask, or the dream mask. As you see, it's painted differently compared to his standard hockey mask. And, of course, that's my phone going back on. See, scratched up and dingy looking. Even gets his bloody mask, which also looks really nice. Also, this is where Freddy Krueger stuck his knives in Jason's eye holes. Ouch. Also forgot to mention his unmasked face. Very nicely detailed. My one nitpick is that it doesn't look like it's from the film. From the film, it looks like it was a brown or like a purple gray color, not this brown. But then again, he looks very unintimidating. He looks pretty cool nonetheless. We get his fire effect, which looks very good, very nicely sculpted and painted. And if you put it on lighting, look at that. Nicely lit. And we get his machetes. His bloody machete looks really nice. Maybe it has more blood in it, but yeah. Maybe it also could have been more natural. We get his slightly dirty machete, which looks fine. Nicely detailed and sculpted. And then we get his teddy bear. His teddy bear It looks nicely painted and sculpted. No, it's made out of rubber. But weird that he has this. Now, before we go on to articulation, let's go over QC issues. Looseness of his legs is also not a good idea for this figure. I also think he could have, sacrificed maybe the teddy bear for another hand. And maybe they just, stick with more. And if they gave him more hands, he would have been way higher. But right now, he's at number 2 on my figures of 2020. So, articulation. The whole neck area is on a ball joint. He can look up and down. So, but it's a bit limited. Of course, you get the side-to-side motion. We get his arms, which are on a 360 bend, flapping motion, a double bend, and a swivel. Depending on the hands, we get some good rotation motion. See right there. His waist is the most posable. Very nicely posable, but then again, like most of the other Jasons, his waist worries me that it's about to break. His legs can kick up and back. Oh man, that's a tight and risky spread. Thigh swivel, knee swivel, which is a bit, thigh swivel. Here we go. Knee swivel, bend, swivel. There. And some of the feet slightly tight, but can do what it needs to do. Posability is really well done for this figure. Of course, I already talked about accessories. Let's go over size. Now, this figure feels like he's around 7 inches, but might be around the Predator size, which is 8 inches. Now, comparing him to... Now, let's go over all the other Jasons I have reviewed. Right now. Here he is compared to the NECA Part 6 Jason. Also having loose hips problems, but at least he stands well. By that I mean versus. Here he is compared to the NECA Part 2 Jason. Here he is compared to the NECA Part 5 Jason, or Roy. Here he is compared to Part 4. These two I consider standards you should actually get. And finally, here he is compared to the Uber Jason, which I will do a review on after I do the review on this guy, and then I'll read a book, I guess. So, overall, this Jason is really, really good. I like the articulation, and the sculpting and painting, plus the accessories is really well done. The problem I have with this figure is, of course, the loose joints, and maybe a need of more extra hands. But I think he's a worthy figure. Besides Part 4, this is another figure I also recommend getting. And if you don't want multiple Jasons, this is the one Jason you have to get. So I give this figure a 9 out of 10. I know, pretty high for this design for Jason. I know a lot of people really hate this Jason design. I personally love it. Now, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Link to where you can buy this figure, link in the description below. And out here is the photo gallery. Enjoy. See ya. Bye-bye.